Bob Doyle, quote, "Size is nothing to the universe. It is no more difficult to attract on a scientific level something that we consider huge to something that we consider infinitesimally small. The universe does everything with zero effort. The grass doesn't strain to grow. It's effortless. It's just this great design. It's all about what's going on in your mind. It's about what we put in place. Saying this is big. It's going to take some time. And this is small. I'll give it an hour. Those are our rules that we define. There are no rules according to the universe. You provide the feelings of having it now. It will respond, whatever it is." End quote. There is no time for the universe and there is no size for the universe. It is as easy to manifest $1 as it is to manifest $1 million. It is the same process, and the only reason why one may come faster and the other may take longer is because you thought that $1 million was a lot of money and that $1 was not very much. Bob Doyle, quote, "Some people have an easier time with little things, and so we sometimes say start with something small, like a cup of coffee. Make it your intention to attract a cup of coffee today." End quote. Bob Proctor, quote, "Hold an image of talking to an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Somehow or another somebody is going to start talking to you about that person. That person's going to phone you or you'll get a letter from her." End quote. Starting with something small is an easy way to experience the law of attraction with your own eyes. Let me share a story with you of a young man who did exactly that. He watched The Secret and he decided to start with something small. He created a picture of a feather in his mind, and he made sure this feather was unique. He created particular markings on the feather so he would know without any doubt that if he saw this feather, it had come to him through his intentional use of the law of attraction. 2 days later, he was about to walk into a high-rise building on a street in New York City. He said he did not know why, but he just happened to look down. There at his feet at the entrance to a high-rise building in New York City was the feather. Not just any feather, but the exact feather he had imagined. It was identical to the picture he had created in his mind, with all of its unique markings. In that moment he knew, without a shred of doubt, that this was the law of attraction working in all its glory. He realized his amazing ability and power to attract something to himself through the power of his mind. With total faith he has now moved on to creating much bigger things. David Schirmer, investment trainer, teacher, and wealth specialist, quote, "People are amazed at how I line up parking spaces. I've done this right from when I first understood The Secret. I would visualize a parking space exactly where I wanted it, and 95% of the time it would be there for me, and I would just pull straight in. 5% of the time I'd have to wait just a minute or two, and the person would pull out and I'd pull in. I do that all the time." End quote. Now, you might understand why a person who says, "I always get parking spaces," gets them, or why a person who says, "I am really lucky, I win things all the time," wins one thing after another, all the time. These people expect it. Begin to expect great things, and as you do, you will create your life in advance. Create your day in advance. You can use the law of attraction to create your whole life in advance, right down to the next thing you are doing today. Prentice Mulford, a teacher whose writings share so many insights into the law of attraction and how to use it, demonstrates how important it is to think your day in advance. Prentice Mulford, quote, "When you say to yourself, 'I am going to have a pleasant visit or a pleasant journey,' you are literally sending elements and forces ahead of your body that will arrange things to make your visit or journey pleasant. When before the visit or the journey or the shopping trip you are in a bad humor, or fearful, or apprehensive of something unpleasant, you are sending unseen agencies ahead of you which will make some kind of unpleasantness. Our thoughts, or in other words, our state of mind, is ever at work fixing up things good or bad in advance." End quote. Prentice Mulford wrote those words in the 1870s. What a pioneer. You can see clearly how important it is to think in advance every event and every day. You will no doubt have experienced the opposite of thinking your day in advance, and one of the repercussions of that is having to rush and hurry. If you are rushing or hurrying, know that those thoughts and actions are based in fear. Fear of being late, and you are fixing up bad things ahead for you. As you continue to rush, you will attract one bad thing after another into your path. In addition to that, the law of attraction is fixing up more future circumstances that will cause you to rush and hurry. You must stop and move yourself off that frequency. Take a few moments and shift yourself. If you don't want to summon bad things to you,